Hello guys, this is TheFTPdude and welcome again for another video in Epic 7. Today's video is gonna be about RTA. As you can see, I've played a lot and now I'm ready to give you my opinions about this season RTA meta. In particular, I'm gonna talk about my personal tier list about this RTA Resolution season. Now before we start, these are just my opinions and I've been really strict about these heroes. So if you don't see a hero you like or you disagree with some positions, it's fine, you can share your opinion in the comments. Now that said, I've divided the tier list into 5 tiers. From the top, the broken, the meta tier, and then the strong, the good, and the niche. In the broken tier, we have only 4 heroes this time, and these are the heroes that are above the meta. These 4 heroes are so solid and flexible that you can just first pick them in any situation and they are gonna work. They are gonna be the core of the team, and they're gonna make sure your team works no matter what strategy you are going to go with. So from the left, we have the best hero in the game for now in my opinion, the Conqueror Lilias. He's one of the 3 fastest initiators in the game. He's gonna set up the fight defensively and offensively, and she's so flexible that she's gonna really work against anything. Then we have the Apocalypse Ravi, the best bruiser in the game. Extremely tanky, so much damage, she can revive, she can solo a lot of teams, and she works pretty much in any team. You can even pick her in Cleaves. Mediator Cowrick, the best cleanser in the game, super fast, super tanky, is gonna do a lot of value for your team, and yeah, another support unit here. Then we have the Warang, something like that, I think. And this is a most recent hero. It's a fire hero, a covenant hero in the broken tier. She's very strong against anything. She was supposed to be an A-Ravi counter, but she just one-shot anything in the game, a lot of times even water units, so yeah, super solid, damage mitigation, huge barriers, she can cleanse herself, yeah, insanely solid unit. Then we go down to the meta tier. In this tier we find all the heroes that define the meta, and you are gonna see all these heroes a lot. In the first 2 positions we have the Run and the Peyra. These 2 are kind of in the middle between broken and meta tier, but I've decided to put them in the meta tier. 2 of the fastest initiators in the game, they're gonna start, set up the fight for you, then it's gonna be a lot more easy to win the fight from that position. Peyra is gonna be more balanced between aggressive and offensive, she brings damage mitigation and attack buff, and the Run instead is gonna be completely offensive. It's gonna strip, put defense break on the enemy team, and set up easy kills for you, even if you're not cleave. A lot of people think this is a cleave unit, but it's not just a cleave unit, guys. I use this guy every single game, and it just works. Then we have Fallen Cecilia, the best damage mitigation in the game. She's just strong as before. Then we have the Rimuru, one of the 2 best Covenant heroes in the game with the Warang. He's super solid, super flexible. You can have a lot of different builds for him. A lot of people even use him with effect resistance now. Even that can work. A lot of damage, he's tanky, he can cut, and yeah, he brings a lot of buff for your team. So very solid unit. Then we have the Belian. The best build for this girl now is the injury build, because you are never gonna use her against cleaves, so you better go injury for the longer fights. Angel of Light, she's fallen off a little bit, because now we have 2 huge cleansers in the game. The matchup with Lilibet is gonna be kind of even, because she's gonna cleanse, but she's gonna give you skill nullifier. Then we have the Lilibet. This hero is very strong against all the 3 initiators in the game, so yeah, he's very solid now in the meta. Spectre Tenebria, one of the best damage dealers in the game, because now a lot of people use single target damage dealers, so she's very strong. The only big counter to her is gonna be the Belian, but outside that, she's one of the best damage dealers in the game. Hippolytis, very flexible unit, again, can be built in a lot of ways with a lot of different artifacts. She can be used tanky in bruiser comps, or she can be used damage dealers in cleaves. Emilia is another big cleanser in the game, and she's a Soul Weaver, so now she gets 15 more speed from the RTA buffs. She's one of the best enablers in the game. She can enable a lot of very slow damage dealers like KQC, Landy, Ram, and so on. Troublemaker Crozet, this hero is one of the best knights if you draft 2 bruiser comps, because the enemy is gonna probably ban one of the bruisers, and the other one is gonna be protected by the Troublemaker Crozet and the other support units, so it's gonna be very difficult to kill it. Then we have the strong tier. These are very strong units in the meta, but they are slightly less powerful and flexible than the meta heroes. We have the Maid Chloe, she has fallen off a little bit. Now we have a very interesting hero, Judge Kise. I use this girl in pretty much any fight, guys. If you ban the FCC like I do, it's gonna be an easy reset for pretty much anything in the game, and a lot of the broken and meta heroes hate to be reset. All the cleansers, all the single target S3 damage dealers, if you manage to reset them, they're gonna be completely useless. And I suggest to user with the symbol of unity, because this way you can even reset the violets when they draft it. We have the Ram and the Violet, of course, they are very solid. Casino game. The Blue Kisa, very strong unit again. You can reset a lot of stuff, she's gonna be insanely fast, so you can easily get her to close 300 speed and speed contest with the other initiators in the game. Archdemon Shadow, very solid bruiser, very annoying to deal with. RB's fallen off a little bit, but it's kind of strong against cleaves, and you can even use him against 10 comps if he's fast enough, so yeah, he's a solid unit. The Lionheart Thermia, at the beginning I thought this unit was really bad and easy to play around, but with all these counters units in the meta, she's very strong, and if she can manage to S3, she's gonna completely delete your team a lot of times, especially if you're squishy enough. Solitaria, she's a counter pick to a lot of stuff, and she's very flexible. She can be built in different range of speed, and people even build her with effect resistance, you can even do that. Kind of a tricky hero to deal with. Here Violet, very solid damage dealer, but this guy has a lot of counters, so it's very easy to deal with this guy, unless you have something to defend him, like the Troublemaker Crozet, Emilia, and the Broken Heroes. Celine, a very strong counter to a lot of initiators now. Landy has fallen off a lot, like you see, she's a counter to the Aravi and the Fallen Cecilia, but she's now used less. From when the Warong come in the game, a lot of people just use the Proof of Valor in the Aravi, so it's gonna be very hard even to snipe the Aravi. And also, why should you use her to snipe the Aravi when you just have this unit that can do the job anyway, and she's a lot faster and a lot more flexible. Yeah, BBK is used with effect resistance against cleaves, probably that's her only use now. Very Witch Syria, I used to use this unit a lot, now she's fallen off a little bit, cause we have 2 broken cleansers in the game, and you can do nothing, especially against the Lilibet. If you're slower than the Kawarik, you can check him and he cannot S3, otherwise you're just gonna strip anything. But you can do nothing about this girl here, cause if you're faster she's gonna cleanse, and if you're slower she's gonna reset you. Sage Ball, very strong against cleaves, that's it. SSB is very solid against a lot of other counter units like the Ram, Belian, or even against squishy heroes like Spectre Tenebria. Crimson Armin, decent tank, that's it. And then we have the good here. These are heroes that picked in the right situation, they're gonna do the job. I put the Harya here, I wanna give her hope, I'm desperately trying to make her work. And then we have the Cleave Packet 2 in this tier. I think Cleave very weak now. Even with the double pre-bans, there are so many ways to counter cleaves. A lot of people are gonna disagree, it can be very toxic if you're not in the late game, but once you reach the late game in high RTA, cleave is very hard to make work, so yeah, I'm gonna put it here. And then we have the niche. Again, these are heroes that you're gonna pick in the right situation, but they're even less used than the good ones. The Very Rich Isida is here now, a lot of people just don't even use her in cleaves because of the Lilibet. The Martial Artist can, a counter to cleave. The DJ Bazaar, even with the 15 speed, is not working too much in RTA. Iruana, just a counter unit. And yeah, I think that's all. So that's gonna be it for my RTA tier list. I think this is pretty accurate about this RTA season meta. We're gonna also have a balance patch soon, so something may change. I don't think a lot is gonna change. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments as always. Thank you for watching, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.